it should create on 7th September 1974 PS Educational Society.
PS Higher Secondary School followed Tamil Nadu State.
Provides opportunities to the students to do well in all the
poets, authors to come and address our students.
Also in this school, no child.
Dr. KVS Gopalakrishnan, Shri CV Krishnan, Shri PS Prabhakar, and Dr. Sita Sundarram.
Of PS Senior Secondary School, Mrs. Buba, Principal of PS Metric Higher Secondary, of PS Charities, which was started in 1904. You see S.B. Kanthan, who produced this documentary so well, and there were one here because of his health, and Sujaya, and he has been known for his voice, especially in the Doordarshan, the arising of PS Educational Society. It is generally said, if one school is open on various times, who had been well-known people, celebrities, they came and did only social service through this. Have a dialogue with them and enrich them. As a matter of fact, he has been instrumental in Kasi Tamil Sangamam and also Saurashtra Tamil Sangamam, which has been held in the last 3 years. And above all, when the country was celebrating the 75th anniversary of our Independence Day, he was paying attention to the forgotten freedom fighters, and in that year, a book was also released about the forgotten freedom fighters in Tamil Nadu. Dr. K. Sridhar, who wrote that book, he released that book in triplicate, and later, very recently, he had given the task of understanding and studying the role of various freedom fighters in Tamil Nadu who has not been brought onto the historical evidence. And 86 scholars, research scholars were given this task, and they brought out the books on various freedom fighters, and we must say this is what he has taken interest in Tamil Nadu's history, and we are very thankful to you, sir, and I am sure he will motivate the teachers and students on what we should do further. Thank you.
Our President will now honor our chief guest with a memento. Thank you, sir. May we now request the Secretary of PS Educational Society, Sri CV Krishnan, to read the society report.
Respected Chief Guest and dear friends, as Honorary Secretary of the Society and as a proud alumnus of this school, I present a brief report on PS Educational Society on the occasion of the valedictory function of its Golden Jubilee. Sir, we commenced the Golden Jubilee celebrations with an inaugural function on 31st August, where Padma Vibhushan Dr. R. Chidambaram, former Chairman of Atomic Energy Commission and Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, was the chief guest. He is an alumnus of our school. He was bestowed with the Distinguished Alumnus Award by another of our alumnus, Dr. V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras. In the subsequent days, we had alumni meet, inter-school tournaments, and yesterday, our students held a rally around the Mada streets of Mylapore, showcasing our concern for current social issues. Sir, you always stress on importance of value education. I am happy to inform that we had cultural performances by our students on Jagadguru Kanchi Sankaracharya and on Valmiki Ramayanam, conceptualized and choreographed by our teachers, and presented by our students. These were effective and practical ways of imparting values and knowledge of our culture, heritage, and ethos to our students by immersing them in enacting these stories and incidents in dance drama form. Our prayers to Kapalishwaran and Kappagambal, who have been guiding our institution all through. Our homage and respect to Penathur Subramaniam Iyer, who bequeathed this wealth for education and spreading of knowledge for the coming generations. Based on his benevolence, PS Charities was set up in 1904 and PSI School was started in 1905. Over the past century, PSI School has produced outstanding leaders across all fields: public service, armed forces, judiciary, industry and commerce, banking, science and technology, medicine, sports, music and art. PS has always been a responsible and socially conscious school. An interesting piece of information. In 1934, when there was an earthquake in Bihar and Nepal, lakhs of people were affected. Students and staff of PSI school in down south raised money and sent to the Viceroy in Delhi for relief work. The Viceroy also acknowledged the school's contribution 90 years ago. PSI Secondary School today has over 850 students from the bottom of the socio-economic pyramid. We provide them free, quality education with best of technological aids in teaching. In 1976, PS Senior Secondary School was started. Today, it is the premier CBSE school in Chennai. Alumni from our CBSE school are occupying leadership positions across the world in technology firms, medicine, public service, fine arts, and academic institutions. In 1977, PS Sanskrit Pathashala was started to promote Sanskrit education in our schools and also spread Sanskrit education among the public. In 1989, PS Matriculation School was started and has grown to over 1,200 students. It is the preferred metric school in our area. PS Institute for Music, Art and Culture was commenced in 2003 to encourage fine arts among our students and also outside. Annual Music and Dance Festival for all the PS school students is held on the Vijayadashmi Day. Sir, we want to humbly report to you that for children with special abilities in our neighborhood, we have provided facility in our school to a dedicated external teacher for imparting training in both vocal and instrumental music to these special children. In 2003, PS Primary School was started in our North Campus. It has evolved into a well-equipped matriculation school catering to the socio-economically disadvantaged around the school. PS Temple Green Vidyashram was started as a CBSE school in 2012 in Varagadam. The school has now grown to over 600 and is the premier CBSE school in that locality. The total strength in all the PS schools together is 5,700 and we have around 270 teachers. In academic excellence, every one of our schools occupy a premier position with 98 to 100% results. For an educational institution, the teachers are the foundation, pillars, and superstructure. As an initiative from the Golden Jubilee, PS Educational Society will commence a Teachers Development Academy to provide continuous training and development to teachers not only in our schools but also in the neighboring schools. I appeal to our Honorable Governor and all our well-wishers to support our noble endeavour. Yet another initiative, we propose to offer preventive medical checkup for our teachers to help them maintain their health and well-being. The society offers merit cum scholarships for PS school students to pursue college education. We commenced in April 2024 Sri Kanchi Mahaswami Academy for Civil Services, a not-for-profit initiative. Sir, the objective is to impart values besides exam-based inputs and encourage more candidates from Tamil Nadu to enter the public service with good values and service-mindedness. Finally, what is unique about PS? Globally, organizations which have survived for centuries are all not-for-profit, and most of them are academic institutions. PS is one such example. PS schools cater to every section of the society, be it the free education in state board for the socio-economically disadvantaged, or the fair bearable cost matriculation schools or the CBSE schools. PS does not belong to any individual, organization, group or government. It's a truly public institution for the public, by the public and of the public. Engaged in educating the youth of our society to become responsible citizens of tomorrow. We thank the alumni, corporate sector and various other donors who have been providing valuable support to the schools for constant upgradation and improvement. Our respects to all the distinguished charities and society members who have steered the truly public institution selflessly over the years. Sir, what was started by PS, Kannatha Subramaniam, now stands for PS, passionate and selfless service. With God's grace and founders' blessings, we'll continue to provide quality education with our cherished values. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We request our chief guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to felicitate the heads of our 5 PS schools. Dr. Srimati Kala Raman, Headmistress of PS Higher Secondary School. Dr. Srimati Revati Parameshwaran, Principal of PS Senior Secondary School. Srimati Bhuma, Headmistress of PS Matriculation Higher Secondary School. Dr. Somasundaram, Principal of PS Temple Green Vidyashram. Srimati Geeta, Principal of SRKMPS. Thank you, sir. We request our chief guest, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to distribute the prizes won by our students in the various inter-school competitions conducted during the Golden Jubilee Week.
Prize winners of art competition for classes 4 and 5. The winners are Ashwita S.A. of PS Senior Secondary School, S.U. Kanda Perumal of PS Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Praveena P. of SRK MPS Matriculation, Subiksha R. of PS Temple Green Vidyashram. In the art competition for classes 6 to 8, the winners are N. Sanjeev of PS Higher Secondary School, G. Sara Harini of PS Senior Secondary School, Sanjay of PS Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Nityashri S. of SRK MPS Matriculation, Vaibhav of PS Temple Green Vidyashram. In the oratorical competition for classes 9 and 10, first prize goes to Abhinav Rajesh of PS Senior Secondary School. In the oratorical competition for classes 11 and 12, first prize goes to Diya Ranjit of PS Senior Secondary School. In the Sanskrit competition for sub-junior category, first prize goes to Mahatreyi of PS Senior Secondary School. In the Sanskrit competition for junior category, the first prize goes to Vijay V of PS Senior Secondary School. In the Sanskrit competition for senior category, first prize goes to Aradhana Suresh of PS Senior Secondary School. And in the Sanskrit competition for super senior category, first prize goes to Sri Krishna of PS Temple Green Vidyashram. In the sports events, in the game football for boys, the winner school is PS Senior Secondary School. Captain Anirudh Kumaran will collect the prize. In the game basketball for boys, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The captain Nandish Shyam will collect the prize. In the game throw ball for girls, the winner team is PS Temple Green Vidyashram. Jayashree Ramesh will collect the prize. In the chess competition for girls, under 12 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are Ananya Sudarshan and G. Meda. In the chess competition for girls under 14 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are S. Vaishnavi and M. Harini Sai Shri. And in the game chess for girls under 16 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are M. Samruta and L. Nivedita. In the chess for girls under 18 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are M. Nityashri and J. Madhumita. And for chess for boys under 12 category, the winner team is PS Matriculation High Secondary School. The participants are Amrish Raj and Varun P. And in the chess for boys under 14 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are Srinand Venkatachalam and Siddharth Sai Sriram. And chess for boys under 16 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are Kailash V and Siddharth Krishna Kumar. And in the game chess for boys under 18 category, the winner team is PS Senior Secondary School. The participants are Aditya Sarathi M and Anirudh B. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We now request our chief guest to kindly release the Golden Jubilee souvenir. We also request Dr. Sita Sundar Ram, a member of our society, to receive the first copy from the Honorable Governor. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May we now request the chief guest, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N.Ravi, to address the gathering.
dignitaries on the dais, Dr. KVS Gopal Krishnan, President, PS Education Society, Thiru CV Krishnan, Secretary, PSCS, Dr. Sita Sundar Ram, Member, PSCS, Thiru PS Prabhakar, Treasurer, PSCS, distinguished invitees, eminent persons from academia and other fields of our life, faculty members of the schools, other distinguished guests, dear students. Today is a very, very auspicious day. And on this auspicious occasion of Vinayak Chaturthi, I extend my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you. Let the blessings of Lord Ganesha be on all of us. We keep prospering, progressing, and our nation keeps moving forward, overcoming all the hurdles. Golden Jubilee is an illustrious moment in the journey of an institution. And as we know, as I could see through the documentary, what an illustrious journey this institution has had so far. It has produced a galaxy of luminaries who have made the country proud, who have made everyone, all of us proud, with their outstanding achievements in their respective field. I am sure this institution will continue rendering the service to the nation in years to come. On this occasion, I like to pay my heartfelt homage and deepest gratitude to the founders, to the visionary Brahmarshi P.S. Iyer, in whose memory the trust was formed in 1904, P.S. Charities, and it has completed over 120 years. P.S. Education Society, as we know, it's an offshoot of that, which has completed now 50 years. So while the Institute P.S. Education Society completes the 50 years of its journey, the fact is, the mother tree, the plant that has been alive and thriving, is about 120 years old. So this institution carries the legacy of 120 years. Friends, when this PS charity was formed, that was a period of national resurgence. That 200 years of colonial rule, I'm not counting the previous foreign rules, but the colonization that happened in the 200 years. This has been a very, very difficult time for the country. 19th century and 20th century, half of it, were the very terrible period. 19th century was a century of exploitation. Worst kind of exploitation and operation happened on our country, on our people, by the colonizers. We know that in the 19th century, both the company and subsequently the British government, which took the place of company, along with the missionaries they try to destroy the very identity of this country, Bharat. They had realized that this country, if they had to continue ruling over this, its identity, its spirit has to be killed. And the only way to kill their spirit, they realized, was to kill the education system. And that's what they did. Systematically, they closed all the indigenous educational institutions. They took away much of our treasures, our literature, be it in the form of his inscriptions, palm leaves, copper leaves. And they fabricated a history and a new identity of our people and our country. In fact, this was all a well-deliberated attempt. It was well thought, because as we all know that British had the experience of colonization elsewhere, but they couldn't do that on this country. They could not replicate that experiment as they did in United States of America or Australia. They couldn't do it here, because India was a highly evolved and civilized society. As a society, it was one. As a people, it was one. And that is why when something happens in one part or happened in one part of the country, there were reactions here. We just heard that 1934 earthquake happened in Bihar, and this institution generated funds for that. This was not in isolation. It was all over the country. It was during that very period when British partitioned Bengal, people of this place revolted. V.O. Chidambaram Pillai took to the streets. It was one country, one society, one family. They had to break that family, the bonding. And the way was to change the identity. In fact, there are some interesting documents. At the time, when they had begun the colonization, after the Battle of Plassey, a number of professors of Edinburgh University, which was very close to the British government, British establishment, they had written a letter in 1788 asking the British government, the language they had used was, British government must take all measures to discover, collect and translate. Discover, find out where it is lying. Collect, take it away, and translate all the available works of ancient Hindus. This was the expression used. Because they knew that previously, during this several centuries of other rules, foreign rule, they had destroyed a lot, but still they were surviving. So they said that you collect this, all the ancient works of Hindus, because their science and astronomy will enrich the European science and astronomy. They could go to the extent of saying that we must collect their poems. You must collect their fables, their stories, because they knew that the society was knit together through fables, through stories. Stories taken from our epics. All that they had, so that the letter goes further. We could understand the religion and institutions of Hindus, the celebrated people, the word used by them, celebrated people, from whom Moses received his knowledge, wisdom, and Greek received their art and the religion. These were acknowledgement. This was the relation of the British. So took away as many as possible. But and we know that millions of these documents have been taken out. But still, some are left. Besides trying to change our identity, that was also a period when they took about 1 million of our people from this particular place, our Tamil Nadu, especially south, as slaves to their colonies, what they called indentured labor, to all the colonies to work in the field. About 1 million people. These are yet to be well researched. We don't even talk about it. In fact, in the archives there are documents we have got from Madras archive. 1839, 70,000 people of this place. 70,000, imagine at that point of time what could have been the population. They put their signature on a letter to the then governor of Madras, asking them to remove the condition that for admission in schools, they had to change their religion. That was a period of extreme atrocity. It was that period that as the nature and character of our country is, Bharat has been, that the people emerged to save the society. It was during that time we had a great many such saints appearing on this land. Ramalinga Swami Vallalar was one among them. Ayya Vaikunthar was another one. There were so many of them. They began to hold the society. And they did a lot. They also started setting up, Vallalar set up institutions educational institutions for teaching Sanskrit, of course Tamil and Sanskrit. Because they knew that Sanskrit, these colonials would destroy it further. Because that was the strength, that was the source through which this country, the Bharatiyata and our ancient wisdom was transmitted from generations to generations. We went through terrible time. But the 20th century was a time of resurgence. When nationalism started manifesting itself through various activities all over the country. And one way of expressing this was to save the nation, they have to create educational institutions where they could preserve educational institutions out of government. Because within the government there was no chance. They were all doing just the opposite. It was at that time that this PS charity was formed and it began with the education. It was born out of a vision to save the nation, and to save the nation means save our essential spirituality. It was during that very period that some other renowned institutions also came up, institutions which became renowned. At the time they planted the seed. It was at that point of time that Mysore University, Maharaja of Mysore set up the Mysore University. Because at that time it was a college affiliated with Madras University, which was under government control. And when I went through the correspondence between Maharaja, for asking to create a separate university and refusal of Madras University to do so. Because Mysore was a princely estate, there they had the freedom to teach what they wished to teach. Of course, with due regard to giving the sensibilities of the colonial power. But they were not prevented from teaching our Bharatiya culture, Bharatiya spirituality, Bharatiya dharma. After a lot of a struggle, they could establish that. It was during that very 1916. It was in that very year that Madan Mohan Malviya, another great person, set up Banaras Hindu University. It was essentially started as Central Hindu College, which later became Banaras Hindu University. There were a number of institutions came up in the country to protect our dharma, because Bharat was a dharmic rashtra. And if they destroy the dharma, they cannot. It was that point, in that very phase, that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan came, which did a wonderful yeoman service to the nation. It was during that very time that Kalakshetra came up. Rukmini Arundale, she established it. It was to preserve our classical dance, classical art. Preserve under pressure, when it was under extreme assault. So all these visionaries, those who created these institutions, they created these institutions not merely as an educational institutions to teach and qualify, give the degrees to the people, but essentially bringing up the citizens endowed with the sense of Bharat, which was a dharmic country, dharmic rashtra. Unfortunately, after independence, the rulers, the people, those who held the reign of power, they deviated. They tried to, in fact, weaken. They did everything possible to weaken that sense, that thread, that bond that kept the whole, that knit the whole country together. They tried to build a so-called secular society over a profoundly religious, a dharmic society. It is there on record. The first Prime Minister of the country is on record to say that my biggest challenge is to establish a secular country, secular state over a profoundly religious society. And he did so within no time, within years of Constituent Assembly rejecting the term secular. Because secularism is a European concept. Secularism was born out of hostility between the state and the church. And so they said no. They fought and they separated. You are you, we are we. And in the debate, in the Constituent Assembly, it was made clear that no, in Bharat, there is no hostility. Bharat believes in Sarva Pantha Sambhav. Equanimity, accept all. These are all various manifestations, various ways. And so it was not included. But while it was not included in the constitution, in practice they tried to weaken the very idea of Bharat. And finally the last coup de grace was during the period of emergency, they introduced the word secularism in the preamble of the constitution. There again, when the bill was introduced, this made it clear in the parliament, Lok Sabha debate, 27th of October 1976. Sardar Soran Singh, who piloted the bill, who said, on issue of secularism, I want to make it clear that our secularism is not European secularism. Yet, in practice, it became European secularism. All the textbooks were pursed. We were brought up on the story of Rama and Krishna, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita, we were all brought up like that. Systematically pursed. And it was under that pressure that even this PS Education Society came. It was not that out of to organize the better organization, because in Bharat there is no distinction between education and dharma. There cannot be an education without dharma. As simple as that. The European secularism is antithetical to the idea of Bharat. If you follow European secularism, there is no Bharat. Bharat is doomed. It will disintegrate. Because Bharatiya Dharma has been all-inclusive. There is no other. There is no other. All are part of the family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Yadu Mure, Yavrum Kelir. This is what I want. How can you say that no, you are not? So anyone who believes that, any ideology that believes in exclusivity, that no, this is the only path, is the very idea is antithesis of Bharat, the idea of Bharat. And now, for long, we have gone through that path and we kept declining. At the time of independence, there was no internal fight in the country. There was no violence. The whole country was united and fought. Except for partition, when a set of people believing in an ideology that they cannot coexist, they separated. But the rest of the country was all peaceful. There was no problem in the northeast, separatist problem in the northeast. There was no problem in Punjab. There was no problem anywhere. There was no Dravid movement here, even in this land. Nation was all united. But soon after independence, because of when we lost the direction away from Bharat, we started dividing ourselves, breaking ourselves. Each one has started separating. No, we are different, we are different. The whole idea of Bharat has been weakened. Now in this situation, we see that in the last last one decade, you see the change. The change is happening. There is a positive mood because all that is happening in tune with the very idea of Bharat. Sabka saath, sabka vikas. All are family. There is no distinction. There is no politics. In this, as a result now, we see our country. At the time of independence, it was the 6th largest economy. By 2014, it had become the 11th largest. It fell down. Today, it is the 5th largest. We have grown that. And we are soon going to be the 3rd largest. In every field now, India is proud. Indians are proud. An Indian passport has a great value whenever you go out. Those who travel, they know the weight of Indian passport now and what it was there 10 years before. New Bharat is emerging. And now it is emerging with a destiny, with a goal, with a resolve that by 2047 we have to be a fully developed nation. Now in this journey, I would like this institution, PS, Educational Society, also to take a call. What is your goal? What is your plan for the next 25 years? It's not enough to say that we have produced so many scientists, all you must. We are all proud of it. But you must set a goal. So that by 2000, I'm sure, now by the time you will celebrate the diamond jubilee of your institution, that will be the centenary of our independence round about that time. At that time, when you are holding the meeting in this hall or maybe the bigger hall, at the time you should say proudly, this is our contribution to building the nation. And towards that, you have to have a clear policy. I was listening the documentary I heard that we have so many clubs. I missed out. I think so. I didn't hear, I don't know whether anyone has heard. There is no Sanskrit club. The founder had a dream to have a Sanskrit because Sanskrit is the source. That's the source to your root. We have a Sanskrit Pathsala. It is not enough that people become Sanskrit literate. It's a time when we need to have multilingual experts in Sanskrit, expert in Tamil, expert in English. Same person who is able to tell the stories, tell the things what are there in our text with confidence in a definitive manner. We need to produce that. I think in many ways we can be a very, very effective and proud partner in our national journey. Because we often talk about we do for society. What is society? In our Bharatiya Adhyatma, a family is an extension of individual. Society is an extension of the family, and the Rashtra is an extension of the society. It is essentially for the nation, for the Rashtra. And it has to be for the Rashtra. So when we talk about we have done so much for the society, let us keep talking about we have done so much for the nation, for the Rashtra. With that objective in mind, if we can have a roadmap, and I am very sure this institution is immensely capable. It has such an enormous wealth of talent. It has produced such a great number of luminaries. It is enriched with values. And I'm sure you are doing it. You don't need my telling. But since you have invited me here, I think it is my duty to tell and remind that it is time for us to frame a roadmap for the next 25 years. Roadmap keeping in mind how we are strengthening this Bharat. The Bharat, its ideas, its institutions, in every field, we are producing scientists, people. We have heard there are great people of atomic science. People have been there in every field, and you will keep producing it. I heard you have modern lab. We are very proud of it. At the same time, also think of how this institution can be truly aligned with the spirit of the founder by keeping and enriching the idea of Bharat by also building the wealth or the capability of Sanskrit. And you have Pathsala, develop it. That is my advice. It is up to you. I am sure, friends, this institution, as it has been growing in the last 120 years, in the last 50 years, it will continue growing. He will celebrate not only Diamond Jubilee, he will celebrate centenary, he will celebrate bicentenary, he will celebrate many centenaries, because this institution has a bright future. Because it is in the hands of the people who are well-meaning people who are capable. So there is no doubt about it. I wish this institution, all those associated with this institution, all the very best. I wish the students, those who are studying here, I wish to tell you that you are studying in the premier institution of this place or in the country. Take pride in it, study hard. Study hard, think what you will do. You are a high school student today. In next 25 years, you will be at the helm of affairs. And it will be at a very, very important positions. Dream large, dream big. Don't think small. You will never be larger than your dream. Dream large, work hard and have a self-confidence. Because so you have a self-confidence, be sure, if you are disciplined, personally disciplined, you have a set goal, hard-working, self-confidence, no goal is beyond you. Sky is the limit. Today country is in a phase where you have enormous umpteen opportunities. Avail that, rise, and with you the nation will rise. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring address. We take your advice and will follow suit. We are indeed fortunate to be part of this evening. We request our Treasurer of PS Education Society, Shri P.S. Prabhakar, to propose the vote of thanks.
Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Good evening to every one of you. Our humble obeisance to Lord Ganesha, whose birthday we are celebrating today, and also to the presiding deity of Mailapur, Lord Kapalishwara, and Goddess Karpahambar. We are profoundly thankful to the Honorable Governor for graciously accepting to be the chief guest today in this valedictory function of the Golden Jubilee that has been spanning for a week. As the first citizen of the state that has got 7.75 crores of population, he is an extraordinarily busy person, but we are very grateful that he found the time to participate in our function, as also to distribute the prizes and awards, as also to release the Golden Jubilee souvenir. His speech today was very profound, very informative, and very, this is something that we always know that he is a very erudite person, but he excelled himself today. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind advices. We will definitely take into consideration about this Sanskrit club. We will definitely do the needful in the next 1 year itself. Phenomenal work has been going on in the arrangements and celebrations of the Golden Jubilee that began with the inauguration on the 31st August and culminating today. We need to thank the so many people who are behind this, who have been behind this, particularly the heads of institutions who did enormous work of directing and getting things done. Everything was done like a clockwork, and because of the heads of the institutions and the staff who work for them. We need to thank the members of the PS charities and PS education societies for their support and guidance. I need to particularly thank my colleagues, Dr. KVS Gopalakrishnan, President, who individually did a lot of things, including bringing the souvenir out, and also Mr. Sri Krishnan, the Honorary Secretary, who I don't think he slept for 1 week. They left no stone unturned for the success of this week-long program. And I thank all the support staff who have rendered their assistance in many ways, and I thank the alumni of the school, of the various schools. Without good support, we would not have come to this milestone of 50 years.
ஆமாம்மா அவங்க ட்ரை பண்ணுவாங்க ஏன்னா நீங்க கொஞ்சம் மைக் போடு இப்போ ஒரு கூட்டமே ஆமா வந்துட்டு வர இந்த பக்கத்துல ஓடிடுவாரு
அவர் இன்னைக்கே பெருசா வந்து திராவிடத்தை இருக்கல சர்ச்சைக்குரியதான் பெருசா
கொஞ்சம் விளைக்கணே
அப்படின்னா அவர் அதை பேசுற மூட்ல இல்லைன்னு அது ஒண்ணும் இல்ல அந்த மகாவிஷ்ணு கூட குழந்தைகிட்டு இருக்காங்கல்ல பார்த்துட்டு